Good morning, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning into the Dewey Show. I'm very happy to have you. Please like and subscribe, follow, and all of that good stuff. It helps out the show. I hope that you're all having a superb day. First off, a big shout out to our amazing sponsor, AdamMel.com, for making today's episode possible. With the holiday season right around the corner, are you on the hunt for that perfect gift for your significant other? Look no further than AdamMail.com, where you'll find a treasure trove of goodies that both of you will absolutely love. Not only will it make for a great gift, it will also add some extra spice to your bedroom life. Talk about a win-win, folks. AdamMel.com offers an extensive range of products, including, but certainly not limited to, sex toys, condoms, lubricants, underwear, Clone a Willy kits. That's where you mix the solution together, you put your hard pecker in there, and you make a dildo mold of your wiener for your significant other. AdamMail.com has literally thousands of items for you to choose from. Believe me when I say there is something for everyone at AdamMail.com. And guess what? I've got an exclusive deal to sweeten the pot. Go to AdamMail.com and use the offer code Dewey at checkout, and you'll get 50% off of almost any one item, along with free and always discreet shipping. One more time, head over to AdamMale.com and use the offer code DEWEY at checkout. Like everything else I talk about today, this link and offer code is in the description of today's episode. Thank you to AdamMale.com for sponsoring The Dewey Show. Alright, beautiful people, welcome back to The Dewey Show. It's been a minute. And yeah, I look like crap. So, while you and I haven't been talking through the podcast and email and all of that like we did, I have kind of just dropped off the earth, I guess, when it comes to social media and things of that nature, and the podcast certainly has been neglected. What has happened is my legs started ballooning up. I mean, they're huge still, right? And like I started getting open sores on them, and I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Some type of like flesh-eating bacteria, right? And I was fearful of that. So what I did was I went and got some blood drawn from the doctor, and he said it's probably like a bacteria, so put some stuff on it. So for 2.5 months, I was putting the cream stuff on it. I don't know what the hell it's called. And it did fucking nothing, right? It just made my skin, I don't know, germ free. So I guess that's a plus in that way. But what I did eventually was like I've been in so much pain because my legs have ballooned up, and I took a picture of my leg and I did a reverse image search on Google, and the most things that popped up for my search was psoriasis. And I thought, what the hell, man? My legs are messed up. I don't think it's because of my liver. And you definitely certainly can get psoriasis of the liver. However, I have it going on in my legs, and if like I'm going to insert a clip in here pretty quickly to tell you in a minute what what I'm going through, what my body's doing. My immune system basically, fuck it, I'll try to tell you my best. My immune system, okay, so let me try. So normally your leg, you know, sheds the top layer of the skin, starts shedding it off every 30 days. But what's happening with me is uh, T cells created by my immune system, they're going down there, and I don't know why, but they're like piling up basically, and my skin starts regenerating in 2 to 3 days rather than 30, like like a normal person. And so I've had to start walking with a cane, and I can't walk like to my mailbox. Like I just can't. It is both painful and like it fucks with me mentally. I don't know how to explain that. But other than just saying the truth, it fucked with me mentally. It was hard. It hurt. Um, so I passed off the information to my general practitioner, who I should have been going to the entire time, to be honest with you. Um, and he would listen to me and not dismiss, the fucking 18 hours of research that I did on this uh, immune system problem. Now, something I want to say about psoriasis, because why not? I'm trying my best to educate about what's going on with me. Uh, Basically, what has happened, what uh, you need to know about it is not contagious. Okay, it can be caused by hereditary. Uh, I don't know the fucking. Uh, Seth, Seth was talking about the word like anyway. Um, yeah. So like, oh man, I totally forgot where was that. Hopefully I'll cut this out. I hope. But like it hurts to walk, and something really strange is like if I bump the skin on a corner or something, it will just split right open, which is fucking weird. But um yeah, like I was saying, my general practitioner did not uh, ignore me. He listened to me, and he said, "You know what? I think you're right. Let's uh, take some blood tests just to make sure that you're right, and that something more serious isn't going on." So I'm currently waiting on that, because he sent it off to a professional immunologist, whatever the fuck it is. Um, and I've always suffered with anxiety. For example, when I was little, I would pull my hair out, but I wouldn't pull this hair out. And if you're not watching, you can watch this podcast on at Dewey Show on YouTube. But like my hair, I wouldn't pull this hair because it embarrassed me, because that was the only thing I could think of to cope at the time. So like I would start through my pants, I would start pulling my leg hair, um, and like neck hair, arm hair, anything that I could get a hold of. And I guess I was lucky, if you want to call it that, because I had hairy arms as a kid. Um, and yeah, but like that's how I self soothed, I guess, is the best way to describe that. And recently with politics and just this fucking situation with my legs have gotten me to the point where it's like all the therapy that I've been through and all the shit that I've worked through, um, I want to go back and start pulling leg hair, right? And it's just like, what? Why the fuck would you do that? Come on, man. And so if I catch myself doing it, I stop. And uh, Seth has taught, Seth meditates, and he is like so good at it. Seth is a really good uh, meditator, and one time I was in the hospital because I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Um, Seth was telling me like you need to uh, just focus on that. Like he taught me how to basically meditate in 1 minute, you know. And so I would do that. I would close my eyes and I would do it. And I realized how much it helped me because I was watching out of the corner of my eye the computer thing that's, they hook you up to 900 things when you first go to the ER. And I saw my beats per minute going down, 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 and all I was doing was, breathing in through my nose, hold for, I think 5 6 seconds, let it out, and exhale for 5 6 seconds, and then wait 6 seconds, I think, and then go through your nose, out through your mouth, and just be present. Basically, is how he described it. And I don't think that I've really ever talked to him about this, but like after, if I catch myself pulling at my hair, I'm like, okay, I need to try the meditation. I need to try it. And just to take a quick break here to remind you folks that today's episode is sponsored by AdamMail.com. AdamMail.com has literally thousands of items that will spice up your sex life. They have sex toys, condoms, lubricants, anal douches, BDSM equipment. Like I said, thousands of items. You'll be like a kid in a candy store. So head over to AdamMail.com, and if you use the offer code Dewey at checkout, folks, you'll get 50% off of almost any one item, as well as free and always discreet shipping. That's AdamMail.com, AdamMale.com. Offer code DEWEY. Along with everything else I talk about today, this information is in the description of today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we're back. And do the meditation because that's the only thing that comes close to helping me. So that's what I do. And I can't, I don't want to say can't. I have not had any success so far meditating for a long period of time. My mind just goes off, you know, and really, my mind goes off, and I'm starting to think about everything that I'm worried about, and then I start getting worked up, and I stop listening to what Seth is directing me to do, or the person on whatever it is that he listens to him on, and I try to like just chill. It is so hard. It's so hard for me to sit still. And I talked to my GP, my general practitioner. I talked to him about it, and he said, "Dewey, I'm wondering if you have a little bit of ADHD." And I was like, "Huh, a little bit of ADHD." And he said, "Yeah, that was a weird way to put it. I'm wondering if you have ADHD." Um, and so she is my therapist is actually, asked me to fill out like a questionnaire, asked Seth to fill out a questionnaire regarding his opinions on myself and my medical past that he's been, involved in. And they had my mama fill out some as well. There, she had like a packet, and it was like brother, sister, and I'm like, my brother uh works all the time, and he has 3 kids. That guy has fucking no time to sit down and fill out a form on how hyper his big brother is. He would have done it if I asked him to, but I'm not gonna ask him to do that. Anyway, I turned my homework into my therapist like a good little boy, and I've fucking heard nothing about it. I've heard nothing about it again. So yeah. I wanted to say something, by the way. The first time that I tried this is my second time. I got my video taken down, and my video was taken down because uh people were like, "Whoa, are you a Trump voter now? Like, are you a Trump voter now? Because you have a flag hanging up. And I'm like, that beauty right there, this beauty right here, you know? And people think that's a Trump symbol. No, that is not. That is our flag. It's the Trump supporters flag, and it's our flag. I'm not going to allow that to become a fucking hate symbol, because that goes on the caskets of our men and women who fight for our rights. I'm not going to ever take that flag down. The only way it's coming down is if my house burns down or something else happens. It won't. If it comes down by me, it will be because I'm moving it. But no, I refuse, flat out refuse, to allow anyone to tell me that that is a hate symbol, because the amount of love that the veterans who have died for our country, the amount of love that they had to have for our country, has got us to where we are. We're the greatest country in the world. Yeah, we've got problems, and the great thing about it is they're all fixable problems. We just have to elect the correct people and put them in the right areas of office. But that flag back there is something that I'm very proud of and that I love. I've got like I'm not exaggerating. I think I have 70 uh, similar, different, kind of similar, kind of different, depends on which ones you're looking at, lapel pins. So when I'm wearing a suit, which uh, admittedly is pretty rare nowadays, uh, you'll see me have one of my you'll see me have one of my flag lapel pins on, because I love this country and I love our flag. And I think that we have a lot of stuff that we need to work on and fix, which is why I recommend that everybody vote for Joe Biden. Is he the best candidate that's out there? Uh, no, he isn't. He's the best candidate that is running for president right now. Certainly, yes, he is. But is there a better person that could be in the, receive the presidential nomination? Of course. There are people who are younger. There are people who, are proven to be like grassroots people who only take donations from their constituents. Um, Personally, I uh, don't really give a rat's ass that Biden is, going to be fucking 90 by the time his term ends. He's going to be very old. But I don't give a fuck, because he wants to continue fighting for our democracy. Donald Trump has admitted, he said he'll be a dictator on day one. It wouldn't end after that. Once he got a taste of it, he would never end. Never. Never. It would never end. And he is the biggest problem with our national security right now. Donald Trump is. Because he has taken over the minds of some people who were just like, you know what? I'm not gonna fucking take it anymore. I can't fucking take it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to elect someone who will break the fucking system. And they elected Trump. Trump won. They loved him throughout the 4 years that he was president, and they stuck up for him all the way. And by this time, he had taken advantage of many of them. And the sad part to me is they've already given up their life savings. Not all of them. I'm talking about a few people here and there. But they're doing what they can to continue to follow Donald Trump around the country while he's going to court for being a criminal. And he's going to, as soon as he's done with church, that fucking place would burn down. As soon as he's done with court, he goes and starts yapping at his campaign rallies. But the thing about it is, folks, is that if we do not keep Donald Trump out of the White House, we will no longer have the good parts about this country. Yes, we have a long way to go. We have a very long way to go. But people like myself who talk out, speak out against him, that's not going to fly anymore. Folks like you who speak out against him, it's not going to fly anymore. And I can understand the rage and the sadness that people feel about what the Israeli government. Notice I said government, I did not say Israelis. I'm saying the Israeli government, Benjamin Netanyahu, not the people of Israel, but their government is committing a genocide against Gazans. And it makes me fucking sick. I don't think that, I think that we, as, you know, the number one power in the world, we need to say, look, the Western allies, we're done giving you money until you agree to a ceasefire. And the only reason we give you money is to help you rebuild your infrastructure. That's what friends do, and they are our ally, right? But there are people who are saying that Joe Biden is Genocide Joe. And I'm thinking to myself, Genocide Joe, all he has been doing for the past several months is trying to get Netanyahu to agree to a ceasefire. Exactly what they want him to do. And Netanyahu, you know, Biden's pleas are falling on deaf ears. And you don't, we have to understand, when we send money to Israel, it's to aid. Yes, part of that is military equipment, which I disagree with, but there is some of it that's going to human aid, right? And I personally, I'm sure that people who disagree with me on this topic, kind of, you know, are like, human aid. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's handing that out. Okay, Dewey. I feel the same way about that. I think that we need to probably give the money to the United Nations and say, you disperse this how you think, and vote about it, you know? Vote about it and disperse it to Israel to help them rebuild their infrastructure, and Gaza. Because, look, there have been 30,000, I believe the last time I read, it's probably higher. People have been killed. Gazans have been killed. Palestinians, rather. They've been killed, and 70 something thousand others have been injured, and I think they said 2/3 of them are children. That's not okay with me. That's not okay with me. And I don't have the answer on how to fix it, but I'm just going to say this because the people that disagree with me on this, they say that they are going to forfeit their vote and not vote for Joe Biden. They would rather, write none of the above there, not vote for anybody for the presidential, but they'll vote for, the senator and, the people who do the footwork. I mean, that's your right. You vote how you want to, but if we don't vote for Biden, Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States. And if he's the president of the United States, he's going to send people, our military, over there to end it, not peacefully. He's going to do whatever it takes to end it so that he could say that he helped Israel more than Biden did. And there that would be bedlam for the Palestinians. Not only that, but Donald Trump has openly said that if he were elected president, he would not help Ukraine. He would basically just tell Russia, have at them, And that is just the biggest pile of shit. Because he's a pile of shit himself. And I think that these court cases are going to be the end of Donald Trump if, and only if, we could get the trial dates set to where his trial will be completed before voting day. Because November 8th is when we vote, and before that we need to decide, are we going to vote for our country and keep our democracy, and or are we going to allow Donald Trump to take over and possibly never have elections again in our lifetime? That's a choice that everyone must make at the election, at the poll place. So, and I'm listening to people who, I'm listening to folks who are very, like, way more intelligent on this, like Ari Shafir. I listen to him, and also people from the Gaza Strip who managed to get free somehow, and they're elsewhere, and they're talking about what's going on. And I follow several creators on TikTok that are explaining it in very, very detailed ways. And I think that that's not how it needs to be described. I think that we need to put fucking Netanyahu's nuts in a vice and fucking squeeze him until his, steam comes out of his ears or something, and he agrees to a ceasefire, because that is the only way that our country, excuse me, not our country, but that is the only way that this conflict, war, this, because I do agree that it is genocide. I mean, that is the definition. If you want the definition of genocide, start reading about what's going on in Gaza. Do I believe we should be helping Palestine? Absolutely. I think that we should be helping Palestinians get clean water, medication, all that stuff. And Netanyahu is bombing people that, shooting at people that, have the required clothing on to say, I'm a medical professional. And then, Biden he kills 7 fucking Americans, and he basically calls Biden, and he's like, "That's a whoopsie. I'm sorry. Accidents happen though." And I'm just like, the fucking, yeah, that was an accident, and uh, I'm gonna fucking start an OnlyFans tomorrow and make $1 billion off it. That's how fucking deranged you sound. But Netanyahu and not I have to stress this again, not the Israelis, but the Israeli government. They are despicable. I know that we must support Israel because we need to help them to expedite this. Uh, Sorry, my headphones I think just died. But to expedite this, hang on 1 second. All right, I don't know how better this setup's going to be, but it is what it is, right? But anyway, everybody needs to vote blue, and yeah, if you hate Biden, which I don't, I think that he is definitely in the argument, I guess, for being the greatest president uh, of this century, and probably even longer than that. Because Biden has done so much, our infrastructure, he uh, is investing in that. He's investing in clean energy. He passed the CHIPS Act, which is going to create chips here. That way, China can't. If they attack Taiwan, they can't benefit from that in any way. But there's so much that he's done, and you can look it up for yourself. There's so much that he has done for our country in the short amount of time that he has been our leader. He's not been able to get stuff finished and passed as of late, except for like the budget and stuff, um, because of the House Republicans. So we can't give up on him because we disagree with his foreign policy, and we disagree with who he is helping, right? So yeah, I had to say that, and I want to tell you that I'm back with my podcast. I know that you've heard that before, okay? I know that you've heard that before, and yeah, I mean both of the things that I said about um, supporting Israel as an ally to help them find Hamas, the terrorists, needs to happen. But at the same time, both of these things can be true. I am disgusted with the behavior of Netanyahu and the Israeli government, not Jewish people. I don't want people being anti-Semitic by the twisting words or something. I don't want you to do that. The Jewish people are great fucking people. Netanyahu is the only fucking mean Jewish person that I've personally came across. Not obviously not like in person, but anyway, with that said, folks, I love you. And you could email me your thoughts and your anger, your disagreements, your agreements. Tell me how let's say that you, listener, and even if you're not from America, I want to hear, if you're not from the U.S., I want to hear your opinion. Because let's just pretend that you're allowed to become president, okay? So we make you president right now. What would you do to achieve a ceasefire right now? If you want to talk about that, let's do it. You could email me, Dewey at Dewey.show. So that's DEWEY at DEWEY.SHOW. Email me. Also, please support the podcast. Support our sponsors who are great. I love them. And folks, I love you. Thank you so much for everything. And never forget that love is everything, okay? Just to take a quick break here to remind you folks that today's episode is sponsored by AdamMail.com. AdamMail.com has literally thousands of items that will spice up your sex life. They have sex toys, condoms, lubricants, anal douches, BDSM equipment. Like I said, thousands of items. You'll be like a kid in a candy store. So head over to AdamMail.com, and if you use the offer code Dewey at checkout, folks, you'll get 50% off of almost any one item, as well as free and always discreet shipping. That's AdamMail.com. AdamMale.com. Offer code DEWEY. Along with everything else I talk about today, this information is in the description of today's episode. Thank you so much for listening.